Challenge Rift 28. A lot of you 13s out there are probably quite frustrated with this one. It's super squishy if you don't know what you're doing, but you have come to the right place. There is a formula, a very simple formula, and as usual, I'm going to share it with everybody, and you'll probably shave off a minute, if not more, depending on how good you are. Let's have a look. So we click on the soul mirror to have a bit of a gaze as to what we're dealing with. We're using the Roland set for the Crusader, and this is very important for this. It's going to affect the way that we play. For two pieces of Rolands, every use of shield bash and sweep attack reduces the cooldowns of your laws and defensive skills by 1 second. Great for reducing cooldowns. For 4 pieces, the bonus is increase the damage of shield bash and sweep attack by 3,300%. Great. Shield bash does a lot more damage, which is the primary damage dealer that we're using here. And for 6 pieces, every use of shield bash or sweep attack that hits an enemy grants 50% increased attack speed and 15% damage reduction for 8 seconds, and it stacks up to 5 times. So we have 8 seconds to make sure that we're shield bashing enemies, because it's so damn squishy, this build, and you're probably dying like being one shot all the time. One of the most important parts to this is making sure that we keep these stacks up. Make sure that we're shield bashing at least every 7 to 8 seconds. We don't want to drop. In fact, aim for 5 seconds. Make sure that you're shield bashing as much as possible. We want to make sure that those stacks are up. Once we get them up, we keep them up, because we need as much goddamn survivability as possible for this challenge rift. Other than that, there is definitely a method to use, a strategy to make sure that you don't die. And even if you do die, it's normal. Most people will die at least once in this. I don't know whether I will. I have completed this without dying before, but I'm going to go for a pretty impressive time now when we do it together. So I might die once, so don't hold that against me, but we'll see how we go. Anyway, Canise Cube. We're using Flail of the Ascended, Angel Hair Braid, and Convention of Elements. The skills. Punish. Punish is important as well. Whenever I'm not shield bashing, or if I'm not on my steed, and if I'm not using shield glare, which isn't up all the time, I'm definitely punishing. I want to make sure that I'm punishing. You want to make sure that you're punishing, because what it does is when you strike an enemy, you gain hardened senses, which increases your chance to block, more survivability, more damage reduction. Alright, so we want to definitely be punishing. Shield bash is our primary damage dealer. When we're not using shield bash, we want to make sure that we're punishing. Iron Skin, definitely want to use this whenever it's up and whenever possible. Definitely when we're in big packs of enemies, and certainly when we're killing elites. Sometimes it's not necessary against elite packs, but if it's a big pack, I definitely recommend using Iron Skin. Steed Charge just for a bit of mobility and speed increasing. Laws of Valor we want to activate as soon as the cooldown is done, every 30 seconds. We want to make sure Laws of Valor is up as much as possible. And Shield Glare is probably the most important skill in this. Let me explain why. When you come into huge packs, and there are some big packs in this challenge rift, you can easily become overwhelmed. Your shield bash, you might run out of wrath, so you're going to punish a few times. But if there's a lot of enemies, you definitely want to use shield. Then you want to direct it into an area right in front of you. So you want to make sure that there's a big pack right in front of you, as many enemies as possible right in front of you, because you'll shield glare. Not only will it give you wrath back for each enemy that's blinded, it does a hell of a lot of damage, and it'll probably kill most of them in range. This will save your life big time in this challenge rift. It's definitely something you need to perfect and use, and you'll see the way that I use it. When I'm up against big packs, I'll definitely shield glare them. They'll pretty much die as soon as I shield glare them. Other than elites, they might take a couple hits of shield glare to die, but just normal enemies will definitely die from shield glare, and it will save your butt a lot of times in this challenge rift. If enemies are dead, they can't hit you, they can't damage you, so we survive. It's all about timing, seriously, all about timing. Things that you must remember. Definitely want to use shield bash and keep those stacks up for damage reduction. So that lasts for 8 seconds. We want to make sure that we're at full stack. When we're not shield bashing, we definitely want to use shield glare if it's a big pack, and definitely spamming punish you know, whenever you can, in there between your shield glares and between your shield bashes. Then you want to use Iron Skin and Laws of Valor. Maybe not all the time. If you're up against a big pack, definitely activate it. And if you're up against elites, definitely activate them. Don't waste them on 1 or 2 enemies because you won't need them. Just time it right. You'll know if you need them or not. If you're in an area where you usually die, then you'll definitely need these 2 abilities. Particularly Laws of Valor for elite packs, because it reduces the wrath cost of our skill, so it allows us to spam the hell out of shield bash and we can quickly down the elite and keep moving. But yeah, make sure you perfect your timing with shield glare and this won't be a problem. That's the best way that I can explain this. Don't forget those tips. That is the exact method that I use. You're going to watch me do it now. I'm going to shave off at least a minute of the previous runner's time. And before we go, the passives: Heavenly Strength, Finery, Indestructible, and Towering Shield. Remember the strategy, stick to it, let's do it together, watch me do it, and then let me know if you beat my time. Alright, we're in 13s. Now, usually I stay charged past these first little small groups of enemies, but this time I'm gonna get my stacks up, get that damage reduction going, and just pay close attention to when I use Shield Glare too. Stay charged straight through this door here. And it's such a squishy damn Crusader, this one. It's ridiculous. You literally have to adapt your playstyle for this character and really focus on that damage reduction. Now this area here, just around the corner, is what I like to call probably the most dangerous area of the Challenge Rift. So I kind of hang around this corner and take out a few enemies before I go in for the elite, like that. And you definitely want Shield Glare when you go in there, because there's so many. I used to die there a lot. So I kind of just hit around the corner for a while. And I noticed that it's a lot better that way. I missed an orb, but anyway, I'm not going to go back to that now. Oh. See, you take so much damage, like, oh, it's just like so close to dying there. But anyway, as tempted as you'll be to charge through all of these enemies, you definitely don't forget to use Shield Bash. And Shield Bash dashes like across the screen. If you target an enemy far away, the Crusader will dash. So it's a mobility tool as well. But I just really cannot stress enough how important Shield Glare is. It also obviously blinds all the enemies around you, so, well, not around you, but in the vicinity in front of you. So it also stops damage that way as well. So it's damage reduction in many ways. Now there's a pylon coming up here. Usually I'll kill this elite pack first, like so. Get that pylon, keep moving. And once, in the past, I got that pylon and I was just stage charging through all these enemies, and then I realised why I was dying further down, and that's because I ran out of those Roland stacks. So it's a lot of damage reduction you just can't afford to lose. Must keep those stacks up, I can't stress it enough. And as we progress further down here, there are some really big packs which, keep an eye on your Shield Glare. You definitely want to Shield Glare them, like I just did, and the more we Shield Bash, it reduces the cooldown reduction of Shield Glare. So, elite pack here. I like to position myself so I can Shield Glare as many enemies as possible. See, like that? That just saved my life. It's intense. It's a real intense Challenge Rift. We're down to 55 seconds. My previous time was 4 minutes on the dot, 0.6. I really want to beat that. I want to get under 4 minutes if possible. Pylon right here. Shield Glare right there. And there's a fair bit of density here. You definitely want to rely on that Shield Glare. Come on. We got this. Pop, you monster of a Rift Guard. No! I died. I did so well there. So close to not dying at all. That's just cost me a few really critical seconds. That's alright. One death isn't that bad because, you know, you're not sacrificing any time except the time it takes to click. Alright, come on, come on. Rift Guardian's not usually a problem if you've got your cooldowns up. Did I beat my time or did I equal it? Oh my god. Oh, that's intense. I'm sweating. 4 minutes, 0.2. So I did beat it at least, but I'm not going to try that again. That is it. I'm holding it. I'm calling it right there. It's over to you, boys and girls, right now. My beautiful 13s. That is how we do this challenge rift. As you saw just there, I almost didn't die at all. I think I was a bit unlucky there, but anyone that's already tried to do this challenge rift, you know that dying is super easy in this. It's definitely common. So I died once. I'm pretty damn happy with 4 minutes there. And I'm even more happy to share my strategies and tactics with you all so you can get this one out of the way and also get a good time. So let me know if you beat me and let me know what time you got in the comments below. If you have that fearful thought that you'll never see me again, that subscribe button is coming up in a moment. It's definitely not necessary, but I do appreciate any support that you all give me. If you don't want to subscribe, that's no problem. Just please come back and visit your creepy uncle.